Hello and welcome to Geek Speak with Envision IT, a podcast for business leaders and technology experts that like to stay on top of the latest security news and listen to interviews with insightful industry leaders. I'm Bill Crane, Chief Stakeholder Architect and CTO at Envision IT. Let's get started. Today we're going to revive a security topic from last fall. It has to do with Microsoft CVE 2020-1472. You may remember that as Zerologon, and that was a critical, so the worst it gets, 10 out of 10 score for that one. And that had to do with the Microsoft Secure Channel, which was communication between the clients and the domain controllers. The reason it was so serious is an attacker could, without any authentication, take a administrator account for the domain and basically change the password on it without knowing the original password. So very serious. Microsoft came up with a patch for that. It was August 16th. We warned, and Microsoft certainly warned that you should apply that right away. And it actually had quite a few different steps for that remediation. So it was multiple stages, and that's one of the reasons I'm talking about that today. Is next month, which is the next Patch Tuesday would be February 9th, and the final stage of that remediation takes place. So it's a good reminder. If you haven't looked at that, you really need to. And the way that worked was that patch that came out, you would apply that patch, and then you could take, for example, a group policy and then enforce all your clients to use secure communications, which most modern OSs already were. So that's probably not the issue. One of the things that allowed you to do as well then is to monitor your domain controller event logs. So it's important to, number one, patch, and then number two, go search through those event logs, maybe days later, week later, or even now, just to make sure. But basically look through your event logs and see if there are any devices that are not communicating securely. Now, chances are those are non-domain joined systems, that are maybe old or just don't support that secure communications. So those need to be identified on your network and then remediated. And remediation means, either working with the vendor to get a software update, or if they do not support the secure communications, you really need to consider either removing those devices from your network and you use something different, or there are ways to do exceptions as well, but that's probably not the best answer. So for any of our customers, we apply those patches, and then we basically enable the enforcement right away after identifying any devices. So those are all set and good to go. What's going to happen on February 9th is that enforcement mode. If you didn't enable that yourself right away, which was certainly a best practice, that's going to happen basically for you. So, which is a good thing. And if you had any non-compliant devices, those are going to stop working at that time. So certainly good to be proactive, double check those event logs again. If you're not doing enforcement mode, just know that, next month that's going to be enabled. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. If you have any questions or you have future topics you'd like us to cover, please connect with us via the link in the show notes. And if you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time on Geek Speak with Envision IT.